Okay. Hi there, it's Tim with Far North Magic. Today I just wanted to go over a few of the cards that I would have liked to see in Dominaria Remastered. Um, and just some are just nostalgia plays, and then some are just cards I was surprised because they have limited amounts of printings or like limited amounts of foil copies out there. So, starting us off is Sanger Vampire. So, this is a list of 10, but it's really 11. So, starting us off are two nostalgia plays, of which I would have liked to at least see one of the two, if not both of them. And it is Sanger Vampire. We have like all the other nostalgia plays of like the Sarah Angel, the Shivan Dragon, that type of thing. And I was expecting Sanger Vampire to be there. It's definitely not worth really anything because it's got reprinted. Like, look at all these reprints. Like, holy cow. 3 cent market value. Like, well, 5 cent, 8, 9 cents, whatever. Very not worth anything, but still pretty nostalgic to me from back in the day. And the other, one of the other nostalgia plays would have been Hypnotic Spectre, and not as many reprints, but definitely a card from back in the day. Not worth a whole lot still. Just because of like it's been outclassed and definitely not a huge amount of value anywhere. But again, pretty nostalgic card. Would have been cool to get a couple variants maybe because it's only got the two main arts from what I remember. Maybe they snuck something in that I didn't notice. Okay, no, apparently not. So, I guess those two could have. You could say, oh, they got reprints in 30th anniversary. No, that's not a thing that most people are going to interact with. So, moving along, we have Terrain Generator. This is a card that has got used a little bit in, I think, commander decks that are non-green as a way to get some extra land ramp. And they did reprint it in the Baldur's Gate commander decks, so that has put a lot of pressure on this card. Apparently, it used to be worth quite a bit. I remember getting rid of a lot of extra copies once I realized it was like $4 or $5, and now apparently you can get some for like $1, which is good. But the foil copies is where I would have thought, okay, well, the foil copies are still utterly crazy because only one foil. Oh no, what did I do? From Nemesis, and it's like $46. So, definitely a card that could use a few more foils entering into the market, and even some more regular ones. Next up is Dance of the Dead. And I thought kind of when they're going to be, when they hit like Mystic Remora and a few of the other Ice Age cards, hey, maybe they're going to hit Dance of the Dead or Animate Dead. But then Animate Dead had a Judge promo, apparently a retro Judge promo, which was pretty cool looking. But then I'm like, okay, well, Dance of the Dead could be a target. And it apparently escaped again with no reprint. Now, I'm wondering if they're waiting to put it in, like, Secret Lair first, or what they're doing. Like, I understand, like, maybe don't put in a reanimation spell with World Gorger Dragon in the set, but is that really gonna show up that often with World Gorger being a mythic? And you could probably make Dance of the Dead like a rare even by now, because it's only one printing. It's still not super expensive. Like, you can get a beat up one starting at like 5.25. But still, I was very surprised that they didn't reprint this based on, like, it's just kind of an expensive uncommon, considering they don't want anything to be worth anything. Next up is a card that is probably just because maybe there wasn't enough elves, with a Wirewood Lodge. It is a card that has got like small reprints here and there. Like, it had the dual deck anthology. It had Mystery Booster recently, but still, I guess as low as $3 and around $5 market for the Mystery Booster one. And again, a card with only one foil. So it's a card that I'm kind of surprised hasn't got hit with like a Secret Lair reprint even. But definitely a card I would have thought would have made the cut, and then kind of confused where it's going to get put based on I guess if they do an elf commander deck, but they already did that and didn't reprint it. If they do, I guess Secret Lair would be the next spot, and then reprint it somewhere, just annihilating it. Next up is Pyroblast, and this card used to be a card that like was just like $1 for the longest time. Couple printings only, and it was a nice little pick back in the day, but definitely a card that's not super expensive because it was a common and an uncommon, but it's got a couple reprints. I guess not really even super lately, because like Eternal Masters was 2016 and the spellbook was, I don't know, I want to say 2019 or somewhere there, but maybe, yeah, I don't remember. But foils are again where this would be a thing where, hey, I know they don't like to print these niche hate cards, but definitely the foils are definitely on the more expensive side of so we got a $30 foil here, and even like $4.79 market is pretty expensive for uncommon from Eternal Masters. Is probably one of the better arts, so and even that Chandra spellbook art is pretty cool looking in foil. Next up is Voltaic Key. This is a card that's only got a couple reprints. One was a dual deck, one was M11. So it does have foil, just one printing of a foil though. So like it does have like a pretty good foil multiplier, like around $20 market apparently. So definitely a card that I was kind of thinking would have made it, but they've kind of made this effect into other cards, so maybe they just thought, okay, well, ignore this. But like this could have definitely been better than a couple of the other cards that they reprinted. Next up is a card, one printing only, Paimon Aura. I'm so surprised this hasn't got hit. It kind of bounces around. Sometimes it spikes into like over $10. But definitely is a card that I would have expected to get reprinted somewhere, like Secret Lair. Like, it's been kind of on just a solid line. Hasn't really done anything over the year. I guess it's gone down like 20%, well, 15%. But foil is definitely expensive, like in the 30s. And I was kind of expecting, like, yeah, they can't reprint Morphling, and but maybe they would have reprinted this card and like done some like special variant homage to like Morphling and such. So that's kind of where I was thinking with this. I was thinking it would get hit. I guess maybe they're saving that for a Secret Lair. And next up is Anger. Anger is a card that I am always surprised when I like look at it and go, "Oh, it's still $3. I thought it would be $1 by now." Like, they keep they've reprinted it quite a bit, but not like in anything super hardcore, I guess. Like, Mystery Boosters is a reprint, but like it's not the hardest, like it's not the most hard-hitting reprint when like you only see a card every like 5 boxes. And then for the other latest reprint is like the Commander Adventures Forgotten Realms decks. They never really got blown out from the way, at least when I was looking around, they never got blown out as hard as like a lot of other decks have. And yeah, I'm always surprised like it's held at like $3-4 the last little while. Like, I thought it would be like $1 by now. So it would have been cool to get a couple variants of that. It doesn't have very many foils. Like, it has Ultimate Masters and Judgment. All the other reprints are like a dual deck, a commander deck, and commander anthology. So like definitely a card that like I was expecting to get hit in Secret Lair, and then like just slammed into the ground a bunch more times, like every commander deck series, and then like also like reprint master set, reprint whatever. Like, I'm surprised it got missed on like the last 2 double masters even. So yeah. Next up is Aura of Silence. This isn't a super expensive card, but like, sure, it's still like an uncommon that's a few dollars, like $3 to $5, depending on what metric you're looking at. But again, this is another card that is very limited foils. Like, it has an FNM, a really old FNM promo, and then it also only has 10th edition. So like the 10th edition foil is like $50 or $60. It's kind of utterly ridiculous. And it would be another way that they could like jam pack in like a card in the uncommon. Like, they could have probably even upgraded this to a rare, and it's definitely better than a lot of like the bulkish of bulk rares. Like, it doesn't have a huge amount of printing, so yeah, it would go down. But like, the last printing is Mystery Boosters, and again, like, that's not a huge hard hitting one. And last up is Standstill for this batch, and I haven't really looked at Standstill in quite a long time, but it was kind of a staple, and it had its own deck. It was kind of an annoying deck. I kind of played it a little bit, and it is definitely a card I would have expected to get hit somewhere with like some pretty cool art. for a variant or two. So I guess like I'm just expecting like stuff that has like one printing that's worth a few dollars, maybe one foil, like $80 foil. I should really look at getting rid of the foils I have if I can find a decent price for them, just because like I know they're gonna reprint it sometime, probably in a secret lair, probably like I expected it in this set upgraded to rare. Would have been not terrible compared to like value wise compared to some of the other bulk rares that they also put in. So those are 10 cards that I was well, I guess 11 technically, but 11 cards that I was looking and thinking would have been in Dominaria Remastered that never made the cut. And I would like to hear what cards you expected in Dominaria Remastered that got missed. And let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care. And see you next time. Bye.